Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about the subspecies concept. And subspecies, it is divided into two types, monotypic and polytypic. In this video, we will talk about the monotypic concept and the subspecies concept. And in the next video, we will talk about the polytypic subspecies. So, the subspecies, it is the intraspecific category, means it lies below the species level. We talked about the taxonomic hierarchy. It is divided into kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. So, below the species lie the subspecies category, and it is a intra-specific category. If I talk about the definition of subspecies, then we say that if there is a population and a group within this population, and from this population if a group starts to reproduce or interbreed among themselves, then they become physically or genetically different. So in subspecies, the species, they are physical or genetically different from their ancestors or from their parents, and they are different but still they can interbreed with their parents. Even if this group it is different physically or genetically, it still can interbreed with its parents, okay, with its ancestors or with the other species. So this is the concept of subspecies, that even if they're physically or genetically different from the rest of the group, they are still similar to interbreed with the species, with its species. So it is different from the sibling species. In sibling species, we said that the species, they are the morphologically similar, but they cannot interbreed with the sibling species, okay, but in subspecies they can interbreed with. So the next point is that subspecies, they are also called as geographical race by some scientists or by some taxonomists. So these terms, they are frequently interchangeable. Geographical race and subspecies, these two terms, they are geographically interchangeable by some taxonomists, and the taxonomists, especially the taxonomists of mammals, birds and insects, okay. So here is another definition of this concept, that this is the geographically defined aggregates of local population. Suppose here is a population. If there becomes or there occurs a geographical isolation, suppose a ocean arrives here or a mountains, they are formed here, then the geographical isolation takes place. So geographically defined aggregates of local population which differ from other such subdivisions of the species, okay. So these geographic isolates, when they becomes different from the local populations, these are known as the subspecies. Hence, we say that subspecies are the geographically defined aggregates of local population which are different from the other subdivisions of the species. Now, we know that when we were naming the species, we said that species are named by the binomial nomenclature, means one name is genus and the other name is species. But when we talk about subspecies concept, then the nomenclature is trinomial nomenclature, means tri means three names. In the subspecies, we have to give three names to that species. For example, we have African lion. So African lion names is Panthera leo. Leo means there are three names: genus, species, subspecies, three names, trinomial. And there is another line which is known as the Asiatic or Indian lion. So this Indian lion or this Asiatic lion, it is named as Panthera leo persica, Persica, and Panthera leo persica. Okay, so this is the trinomial nomenclature. Now, how both of these are different from each other, how both of these are the subspecies of the lion. They are subspecies in the way that Indian lion or the Asiatic lion, the male of Indian lion or Asiatic lion, it has a short, darker and sparse mane. Short, darker and sparse mean little, okay. Short, darker and sparse mane. Now mane are the hair which are around the neck of the lion, okay. So the male of the Asiatic lion, it has the short, darker and sparse mane as that of the African lion, okay. So here is another supporting fact, the fact that supports the subspecies concept. The supporting fact is that how these subspecies are arising, what is the reason that subspecies are being found in nature. So the fact is that mutations occur. Due to the mutations, the they become genetically different. So this is the reason that subspecies, they arise abruptly from the mutations in any place within the range of the species. Okay, now we will talk about the types of subspecies concept. So the first we will talk about monotypic concept. As the name indicates, mono means one and typic means type, means only one type. Another name for monotypic is monothetic. So monotypic means that species, it is not divided into any kind of subspecies. There is only one species of the genus. Okay, we know that for a species there is a genus name and then there is a species name. Okay, so we have only one species. The monotypic species means there is not any subdivision into species. Okay, the species that are not subdivided into subspecies, they are known as the monotypic species. Or we can say that when a genus includes only single species. Okay, when a genus includes only a single species but not any subspecies, means no subspecies, that is known as the monotypic species. Means only one species in the genus. So if I talk about the example of the monotypic species, the first example is of vampire squid. Now vampire squid, it is the only species in the genus Vampiroteothis. Vampiroteothis, this is the name of the genus. Okay, Vampiroteothis, it has only one species, which is the vampire squid, and the name of the scientific name of the vampire squid, it is Vampiroteothis infernalis. Now I am writing V, which means Vampiroteothis infernalis. It is the scientific name of the vampire squid, which is the monotypic species. Now we will discuss another example for the monotypic species concept. This example is of a parrot, and this parrot is named as hyacinth macaw. Okay, this is the only parrot and it is native to South America. So this is the only parrot which belongs to the genus Anodorhynchus. This is the name of the genus Anodorhynchus, and this genus has only one single species or the monotypic species, which is known as the hyacinth macaw. Now the scientific name of this parrot or this species, it is known as the Anodorhynchus. Now I am writing only A, Anodorhynchus hyacinthinus. Okay, this is the only species that is included in this genus. Okay, so this was the monotypic concept and the subspecies concept. In the next video we will talk about the polytypic species concept, its difficulties in the application and the nomenclatural problems.